Mattel has sold more than 1 billion Barbies, making it the best-selling doll of all time. But sales have declined for 2 consecutive years.
Mattel stock actually fell 25% on February 11th in a single day, the biggest single-day drop since 1999. That was after fourth quarter earnings saw the company report disappointing holiday results. One big sticking point was Barbie, which fell short of sales projections. It was a really big miss during what's typically the most important quarter of the year for toy makers.
But the doll has been written off before. Since hitting shelves in the 1950s, it survived cultural backlash and a sales war with the maker of Bratz dolls. After 67 years of reinvention, how has Barbie stayed alive? And is this just another downturn or a more serious sign of trouble for traditional toy makers like Mattel? When Mattel co-founder Ruth Handler helped invent the Barbie doll, she wanted to create something that could be a role model for kids. Back then, most dolls were babies.
Girls could fantasize about being bigger. They could fantasize about being teenagers or young adults. They did not have to fantasize about being moms or wives.
Mattel was also one of the first toy companies to market straight to kids on TV, which helped it sell over 300,000 Barbies in 1959. For decades, Barbie dominated the fashion doll industry without major rivals. In 1991, Mattel reported that 95% of American girls between ages 3 and 11 owned multiple Barbies. But Barbie's reign was threatened in the early 2000s, when Bratz dolls first hit shelves. Designed as a direct challenge to the blonde, slim Barbie doll, Bratz featured a diverse cast with more skin tones, different hairstyles, and edgier fashion that resonated with tweens. By the mid-2000s, the Bratz doll had hit an estimated $1 billion in annual sales and gobbled up about 40% of the fashion doll market. In 2015, Barbie sales reached a 25-year low of $900 million, down over 50% from their peak in 1997. That same year, Mattel launched dozens of new Barbies with different body shapes, hairstyles, and skin tones. But it would take a few more years for the iconic doll to regain its former glory. Today, Barbie dolls come in over 30 skin tones, and Brian Maldonado creates them from scratch.
The biggest challenge I have, every Barbie character, Monster High character, everybody has their own different kind of skin tone. Actually just finished cooking one, and we're gonna go ahead and pull one out. Where you just get your trusty wrench, unlatch everything here, grab it, twist it, pop it right there. You got yourself a fresh Barbie head.
That doll head is the canvas for Barbie's hairstylists like Shirley Fujisaki. She used to work in a salon and has been the key lead hair designer at Mattel for 19 years.
Part of the interview process was actually getting on this machine that I've never touched before and rooting doll hair. If somebody's told me that I was going to be doing Barbie's hair when, I'm older, I'd be like, oh, you're crazy. Our favorite and best tool that we use every day is this pet brush, which is amazing. You would think a pet brush wouldn't smooth out the hair, but it does an amazing job.
Mattel's hair team has developed over 100 hairstyles in the last decade.
This one was kind of popular with adults just because of the tampooning that we did on the hair, the style that we did on it, and just how creative it was to do the kitty ears with hair. One of the ones that took, I would say, probably up to about 8 or 10 iterations was this one. It's one of our Fashionista extra dolls. It took us a few different trials to figure out the exact color placement to get the combination coming to down here so that it can show that ombre color from the front of it.
Adults have played a critical role in Barbie's comeback. During the pandemic, millennial parents started buying dolls for their kids to try to cut down their screen time. Nostalgic millennials also showed up en masse for the Barbie movie in 2023, a blockbuster hit that grossed roughly $1.4 billion. The movie helped reignite the collector's market too. Mark Lear, a longtime collector, has taken advantage of this comeback, selling his own line of custom outfits online.
So I bought these two fabric in Japan, and I got this online. The shipping's not cheap. I have to buy more.
He says he could sell this kimono for about $85, but he treats his business as a compliment to his hobby. Today, he has hundreds of vintage dolls, worth tens of thousands of dollars, in his home in Queens, New York. One of his most valuable items is this European doll, which helped inspire the first Barbie.
So this is called Lily, and this was from Germany, and this was from 1955. She was about maybe 3,000 to 4,000. Ruth went to Switzerland with her family, and she saw this doll on the window display.
Each Barbie cost $3 in the early days, and accessories cost extra. Today, Mark buys most of his new items on Etsy or eBay, like these $20 shoes. Mark isn't alone. Mattel says about 13% of its US sales come from adults.
And when you get older, you want to have something to feel like your childhood feels.
Despite collectors like Mark, sales of new Barbie products slid 11% in 2025, marking the second straight year of declines.
The toy industry has gotten increasingly competitive. After a pandemic-era boom, sales have cooled and retailers have pulled back on inventory, and meanwhile, kids are spending more time on digital entertainment. The companies that have diversified beyond physical toys, especially into gaming, have given themselves more cushion, but Mattel hasn't been as fast to expand into that area as some of the other toy companies it competes with. Mattel also has a Barbie-specific issue. The doll saw a huge resurgence in popularity after the 2023 movie came out, but now it's failing to live up to those readjusted expectations. A big reason why Mattel competitor Hasbro has held up better is because it's been pushing much more into digital gaming, which has helped bring in revenue even as traditional toy sales face pressure.
Ahead of the holiday season, retailers delayed toy orders because they didn't know how much tariffs would raise costs. Mattel ramped up shipments in October and November to catch up, but stores couldn't sell the extra inventory fast enough. Now the question is whether this is another temporary slump or a deeper challenge for one of the most iconic brands in toy history.
So when you see a big drop in a stock like Mattel, around 20% or so over a small period, it's a glaring signal that the market's questioning a company's core business. Mattel might want to take a page out of Hasbro's book and branch out further into digital. Wall Street seems to think that's where the growth is.